When you think about the great Australian fast bowlers of the 70s and 80s, you think about Dennis Lillee, Jeff Thompson or Len Pascoe. Fast, scary, brutal. But there was one man who wasn't any of those things. He wasn't the fastest. He wasn't the scariest looking. He didn't have a run-up that made you fear for your life. And yet, he absolutely destroyed batsmen. Graham Gooch could never figure him out. Never. England as a whole simply surrendered whenever he had the ball in his hand. So who was he? His name was Terry Alderman, one of the most lethal swing bowlers cricket has ever seen. But how lethal? That's what we are about to find out. Stick around, because the answer might genuinely surprise you. Alderman was born in Subiaco, Western Australia, and before cricket, he was playing Australian rules football, which, if you have ever watched it, is basically organised chaos with grass. He began his first-class career in the 1974-75 season with Western Australia, and his very first game, a Gillette Cup match, where he watched Ian Chappell smash 24 runs off his second over. Not exactly ideal. But here's the thing about Terry Alderman. He didn't crumble, he didn't sulk, he kept working, kept swinging that ball, and by 1980-81, after taking 32 wickets in the Shield, he finally got the call to wear the baggy green. Now, debut stories can go one of two ways, a rude awakening, or you announce yourself to the world, and Terry Alderman chose option 2. In his very first test match in the 1981 Ashes, he took 4 for 68 in the first innings, and then 5 for 62 in the second, 9 wickets on debut. And just like that, a star was born. And by the end of that series, Alderman had taken 42 wickets. Let that sink in. 42 wickets in a single series. The biggest haul since Jim Laker's iconic 46 wickets back in 1956, and the 4th highest total of all time. Wisden named him one of their Cricketers of the Year in 1982. He was the talk of world cricket. And then, silence. Injuries took their toll. And then controversially, Alderman joined the Rebel Tour to South Africa, a decision that cost him a 3-year international ban. Now, for some players, that kind of absence ends careers. But not Alderman, because when he came back, he came back. It's 1989. England are at home. They think they know what's coming. They did not. Alderman, then 33 years old, took 41 wickets in 6 tests at an average of 17.36. 17.36. That's just phenomenal. And England never stood a chance. Australia won the series 4-0 and reclaimed the Ashes urn. And Alderman? He was named Man of the Series. Think about that for a second. Banned for 3 years, returned in his 30s, takes 41 wickets, Man of the Series, in the Ashes. If this were a movie script, you'd call it unrealistic. So what actually made Alderman so dangerous? Because here's the fascinating thing. He was never a pace bowler in the traditional sense. He did not come charging in at 90 miles an hour. He did not rely on fear. Instead, he had this seemingly lazy run-up, almost gentle, that ended in a fairly chest-on delivery. And then came the ball. His away swingers and off-cutters had batsmen at 6s and 7s. And when I say swing, I don't mean a little late movement. I mean, he could bend the ball viciously, making even the best batsmen look clueless. It wasn't pace that got you, it was the uncertainty. Is it going to swing? Which way? How late? And by the time you had asked yourself those questions, you were already walking back to the pavilion. Now let's talk cold hard numbers, because this is where things get genuinely jaw-dropping. Alderman played 41 tests, taking 170 wickets at an average of 27.15. But if we break it down by location, that's where the story gets extraordinary. Of those 170 wickets, 83 of them came in England, at an average of just 19.33. In terms of Ashes wickets overall, only Glenn McGrath and Dennis Lillee have more Ashes wickets with a better record than Alderman. And remember, he missed the entire 1985 Ashes due to his ban. If he had played that series, who knows what those numbers look like? At domestic level, he took 403 wickets in 101 Sheffield Shield matches, making him Western Australia's second most successful bowler ever. So how good was Terry Alderman? Here's my honest answer. He was the kind of bowler who did not look scary until the scoreboard told you the truth. He wasn't Lilly, he wasn't Thompson. He did not have that intimidating force. But what he had was something rarer, and in many ways, more beautiful. Craft. The ability to move a cricket ball at will, in conditions that suited him, with a consistency that reduced world-class batsmen to confused amateurs. 2 Ashes series, 83 wickets, an average under 20 in England, 3 years lost to a ban. Terry Alderman is genuinely one of the great underappreciated cricketers in history. And maybe, just maybe, it's time we started saying his name a little more often.